Wednesday on Home and Family, Full House star Lori Loughlin talks about her Hallmark Channel original series, When Calls the Heart. We make our beauty products all natural with Sophie Giuliano, and actress Kelly Stables talks about her TV Land sitcom, The Exes. It's all happening Wednesday right here on Home and Family. We are back talking about your children when they're ready to date. Dr. Stephanie Marcy is here. And I have to tell you, at one point I had interviewed my parents for their 50th wedding anniversary, and they were kidding each other about who dated before they dated each other. And my mom brought up a name to my dad, and he looked at her and he said, I didn't sit in the back seat with her. And it just took me back to a point in time of when that was a big deal.
Your father sat in the back seat with Mrs. Steinitz?
No,
he sat in the back seat with
my
somebody
mom's
else.
watching the show. I can't say yes or no.
All right, Betty.
I mean, that
in a movie theater, we know that.
Point, a big deal, and now things have changed. The rules have changed. The game is different now. Kim, you're experiencing this,
yeah,
right?
so I have a 16-year-old doctor, and he's not a doctor.
You have a 16-year-old doctor?
Exactly. I told him to be a plastic surgeon, but anyway, moving on. Enough about me. Okay, his name's Hunter. Adorable. Anyway, what do you do if he starts dating someone that you really don't like? I mean, she's just not a nice girl.
Uh-oh.
You have to be careful.
We're on TV right now.
I know.
I'm talking hypothetically.
I'm saying,
right?
for instance. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
As a parent, you have to be careful because that age, they are often moving towards doing exactly the opposite of what you say. So when there's safety issues, I think that's when you sort of save the ultimatums or the really strict, you may not see this person.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But you can do things to kind of keep them a little bit sidetracked from that person, get them involved in some activities that are going to be really rewarding for them. But a boy's sport, for example, she won't be able to come and play that sport with him, or some fun things like that. And also encourage him to respect himself and look for what he's looking for in somebody, to be respectful of himself and recognize that maybe that person may not be the best choice for him.
But you know what, Doctor, in all due respect, he's 16 years old. He's going to be over her in 2 weeks.
Right, that's the other thing.
If there was a girl.
I guess you know how these young boys are. They think that they're in love. They have a crush. They kissy, huggy, squeeze, and then it's on to the next. I mean, that's right. You guys do.
Unless
Mark.
unless you forbid them not to. If you forbid them from
you're in trouble, too.
I'm not in this segment.
by default, you are. I think if you forbid them, though, then they may be more likely. Parents will say that if they say you may not. Then
Always
it's sort
let
of
them ride the course.
But on the flip side of this, we have a Facebook question from a viewer who posted this on our Facebook. Her name is Janet Jennings. She's from Austin, Texas, and I appreciate this honesty with us. She has a son who's 14, not too far away from your son, and says they are very close and they're open about discussing everything, puberty, dating, the whole thing that's going on. But she wants to know, at what point is it too much information? When is it a good place for you to say, I think we should wait to discuss this?
I was just, you're whispering my response. If they're coming to you with the question, it's already there. And wouldn't you rather they hear it from you than online or some of their buddies that are possibly going to be giving them misinformation? So kind of pause, see what it is they know, find out how much they know, and make sure you're answering their question. Because the too much information comes from when we assume that they're asking one thing.
Right.
You know, where did I come from? You give them the whole discussion. Oh, well, so-and-so comes from Ohio. You got to be careful.
My friend said he's from Ohio.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole explanation.
The birds and the bees.
Right.
Yeah. So just find out what they're really asking and then answer their question specifically.
There was a point, my son is 11 going on 12, and he randomly brought up a girl's name, which he typically does, and he talks about his guy friends, and he brought up a girl's name, and I said, oh, who is that? And he goes, oh, it's a girl that I like. And it was just so, as a matter of fact, and I didn't make a big deal out of it. I just said, oh, do you, tell me about her. And he goes, and he didn't say a whole lot, and then I asked the dumbest question ever. I said, oh, is she cute? Like, really? Like, what's he supposed to say? No, I like a really ugly person. Of course she's cute, right? But I got a little awkward, and I went, I got to back out of this because I didn't, as a parent, I don't know, is it okay to really engage them when they bring something up? Because I wasn't sure he wanted to talk much about it, but he said it.
Well, you asked open-ended questions until you got to the cute one.
Yeah.
So dialogue about it. What do you like about her? What do you guys do together? What's fun about her? Those kinds of things.
But am I probing too much? Should I let...
You'll read his body language. If he's kind of like nothing, Dad, or she's okay, or I don't know, then move on. You don't want to probe. you can read your kids. If they really don't want to talk about something, they'll let you know.
How much should the responsibility as a parent when they are hanging out in groups to know like where they're going and what kind of kids are involved in their little clique?
Hopefully you already know who those kids are just through their daily life. If it's suddenly a whole new group of kids, you want to be cautious about that.
And is it okay to read their phones and their tweets to see what they're doing? Because
Jesse.
No, but I'm doing it.
I wouldn't say no. I think it is. I had a kid that was on her way to the airport, 15, to get on a plane for her boyfriend on Facebook that was sending her a ticket. And the mom, thank God, read her texts and intercepted. So I really do think you need, it's a scarier world these days.
When the suitcase comes out.
Yeah.
Check.
Well, she couldn't even plan ahead enough to pack the suitcase. So.
What's so fun, it's so different now than it was for us because they have phones.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having a phone at school when you were in high school? Never.
I'm so glad that wasn't around when I can't even imagine.
I couldn't even have bubble gum.
No, we were not at bubble gum.
Otherwise, I have to bring it up for the whole class and my kids.
But I have to tell you though, having a phone, having these kids having phone, because my girls, I told them there is no excuse. I couldn't find the phone. I don't know where it is. I left it in the bathroom because it was great while they were dating because I knew where they were at all times, and I didn't want to hear I didn't have my phone or I didn't hear it.
Dr. Marcy's answering all sorts of your questions on teen dating on our Facebook page. We can invite you to drop by there, facebook.com/home and family show. So please check it out.
We could talk forever on this subject.
We could, but then we wouldn't have time for Courtney, and she is up next. Rating her is her upper. We'll call her. What makes Mega Red